There we go. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? This took me a little bit. I'm not gonna fake it to you guys. I'm not gonna fake it to you guys. This took me a little bit to get this up and running. But today, now that we're finally up and running, we're gonna be talking about why the Cleveland Cavaliers is not getting some respect, man. Because the Cavs is not getting no respect. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I do not understand why the Cavs has to work this hard in order to get some respect in the league, right? Like, dude, like we've been getting slandered, dude. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, it's unfortunate. It's reality, I guess. But this right here is probably the new era for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Like, we've seen it where the Cavs has been unfortunately in situations where, unfortunately, where we're a top tier team in the Eastern Conference. To be honest, we're a top tier league, top tier. Jesus Christ, a top tier team in the league, right? Like, we was incredible. Like, we played phenomenal. We did our thing. We did what we were supposed to do. And unfortunately, we're not getting our respect. And honestly, I do not know why. I don't know why the Cavs is in a situation where we're sitting here getting slandered by every single team in the NBA. I don't get it. Like, and I feel like today is a good time to talk about it because when you look at some of these articles, and one of which I do want to talk about today. Let's see if I can get that up here, but it is an article. This is the article here. Not the starting rotation. I don't want to. We are going to do that at some point, but I really want to talk about how they project the Cleveland Cavaliers to be this season. Like, right here. All right. So we got this up. The Cavs, they project us to be a pretty decent team. They got us to be decent, right? And then when you scroll down, you look at the schedule, you got all the good information here, But then when you get to the season forecast, right? They sit here and blatantly say that the Cleveland Cavaliers, no, I did not want to see that, but the Cleveland Cavaliers is a 4 through 6 seed team, which, all right, okay, I can see that. They opening up the window for failure. But then you scroll down and it sit here and say they predict our record is going to be 47-35, which in return would be a worse season, a worse season than what we've expected. And I don't understand it, right? Oh, shoot, and I just seen it too. Cavs going to the Eastern Conference Finals. You think so? You think so, Brody? You know what I'm saying? Like, you really think so? Like, and then he said still waiting for Luke. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that is. They are high on the, but I can understand the Knicks, and honestly, I can sit there and say I take the bullet on the Knicks, right? I take the bullet on the New York Knicks just because they did beat us in a very unfortunate fashion. But when you look at it in totality, it's like, dude, like, the Cavs is a great team. Yes, we sold a little bit, but is it enough to where you sit there and say, hey, we're gonna go out here and slander you? I don't think so, bro. Like, like, I really don't think so. And even going back to that list, if my screen would so lovely share it. But even if we go back, right, once I get that loaded up, if we go back, right, you sit there and say, all right, not that one. I almost clicked the wrong one. But you go back, and of course, there you go. All right, there you go. Like, 47-35, that's ridiculous, dude. That's ridiculous, bro. That is ridiculous. Like, and Derby Entertainment, bro. How you feeling, bro? How do you feel? Like, because honestly, I feel like we're out here getting slandered, bro. I really do. And you say the question is back up. Yeah, we do. We got a lot of depth, right? Because you got Luke, you got Sam Merrill, who I really wanted to get called up. You got oh my God, who's the that other guard though that's in the G League? Because he used to be on Atlanta. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe I'm forgetting his name. You get what I'm saying? Who is it? Down in the comments, let me know, bro. Like he used to be in the Atlanta Hawks. They waived him, and he's been on our G League for a while now. He's a guard. He's like 6'1" ish. Who am I thinking of, man? Who am I thinking of? Who am I thinking of? ZIY, I agree with you. I do like the pieces we picked up. Honestly, we have picked up some very amazing pieces. The Max Drew. The only thing I don't like about the Max Drew signing, the only thing is that I do feel like we overpaid. I do feel like we overpaid a little bit. But I'm going to put this down in the comments below because I'm curious. Who should the Cavs target this season? Who should the Cavs target this season? I do think we should sign JaVale McGee now that he's waived. That'd be a great player to have. Oh, yeah, Bismack Biyombo. Now, Bismack Biyombo, he's younger than JaVale McGee. He's a lot more energetic than JaVale McGee. That would actually be a pretty impressive showing, honestly. I'm going to keep it a buck. And then today, too, we're going to look at some videos because I do want to look at different Cavalier commentators' reaction. Other great Cavs YouTuber like Ty Guy, Tony Preston. Like it's a lot of guys I've actually been watching. Like honestly, like just keeping it a buck. Like it's a lot of guys that I feel like they talk truth. You know what I mean? You say he ain't no 3-time champ though. Who you talk about? Who the three-time champ? I'm curious, Noah. You should jump on here, Noah. I don't know why you doing that. You should jump on here. And it's crazy. I gotta make a new overlay because I messed up. I didn't peep my what's it called was. Hey, good looking, man. Thank you for the love on the podcast. We really trying. We grinding. We got 2 podcasts actually on the way. One I'm being lazy. I haven't uploaded it to my editor. The other one he's almost finished. So those are on the way. We got amazing content. And then we got the other 2 podcasts scheduled for September 4th and the Monday after that. So we got a lot of podcasts coming, dude. We got a lot of podcasts coming. We got a lot of content coming. Now, like I said, I do want to talk about the Cavs. I want to look at some of these Cavs YouTubers because that's a lot of them I do believe deserve a lot of credit for the content they're putting out there, right? And I'm going to start off with Ty the Guy. I'm going to start off with, actually it's Cavs Guy now. I just realized that. Cavs Guy. Because let's see.
Oh, what is going on, y'all? It has been a minute.
I'm drinking my Charlie shake, cruising down the interstate, perky in my pocket while I'm rocking out. Who can relate?
Last time I was up in here, man, I told y'all that I got
turn this down just a little
car
bit.
Accident, lost my car.
I hope you good, bro. Like I heard about that. Like I hope, bro, cool, man.
Bear with
I really do.
But if you want to skip to that, boom, just go to that. It's cool.
Ty is awesome, bro. Like he do make some amazing content.
I'm gonna explain it to you right.
47 wins, no, it's
do a video every week.
easy. Like, dude, like I gotta show that because it's like, dude, how can we sit there and say the Cavs gonna win less games when we got the same team and the East didn't even get stronger? You know what I mean? Like,
I'm just the type of person.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
If I can't wake up in the morning and combat it, I'm gonna end up having a bad day. Losing my car was a really big hit to me. still kind of traumatized. I haven't driven a car since. I'm in the process of finding a car. Your boy did get paid. I got a little bit more than I paid for the car, so can't really complain. Yeah, so I haven't driven a car since then, but I've been in a car 3 or 4 times. Terrified. I mean, shit, man. I got the Fitbit on, so I can keep track of everything, because you know the whole weight loss thing. And yeah, my heart rate skyrockets when I'm in a vehicle. Hopefully that's not permanent, because I like driving, bro. I don't think there's nothing better in the world than a nighttime vibe. Just get some
That's
music going
facts,
on.
huh?
Me personally, I'm
That's
a Cuddy
facts.
fan, so I gotta have my Cuddy
That's
on.
facts.
Yeah, after that happened,
Yeah,
I
the
just went down a
76ers got
spiral, bro,
worse.
just, like,
The
heavy
Boston
depression started
Celtics
hitting me. I
technically
just
is
couldn't
worse
pull
because they lost
myself out of
Marcus
it, bro. I
Smart,
was
and I
getting
think KP
so
might be out for a little
negative.
while too.
Every single
So.
day it was just negativity. I was seeing changes. Like, I started seeing the life literally like leave my face. Like, I was taking pics and I'm like, yo, like, ooh, it's looking tough. So, you know, I just woke up one morning and I was like, you know what? Nah, we about to do something about this. Got a nice hot shower, followed by a nice
Let's
hot
see.
bath.
Hey, Todd, God, please don't.
Cleaned up the face,
But hey, bro. Hey,
don't
for
judge
real
people who
talk.
go through episodes
Please
here.
get better, bro.
It is what it is, bro.
Please
I let
get
my
better.
beard go crazy. Like,
Miami got work. Like, they got all their
channel,
pieces
you
got
know that I
poached.
originally hit my weight
Every
goal.
single
I
one of
posted
them.
about it. I was super hyped about it. Depression hit like a
Like,
bitch. I'm back up to like 235, so
Facts.
I gotta get back on there.
Facts. The
But
East
I got
is
me,
not
like,
how
a
it
new
used to
strap,
be.
bro.
Like, the
I'm
East is
doing
pretty
nothing but
solid, don't get me
potatoes,
wrong,
grilled
but like the
chicken,
top
two of
tier
my favorite
teams in the
foods,
Eastern
man. So I'm
Conference is not the
buying it
same
full.
top tier teams in the
Hopefully we're
Eastern
gonna get that
Conference.
shit fixed.
Let's keep it a
got
buck,
so many
guys.
plans for this upcoming
Let's keep it a
season.
buck, guys.
Content creation was one of my favorite things to do in the world, and I hate the fact that depression got me to the point where I couldn't even
Keep it a
put
buck.
my green screen down, right? Like, I wanted to come to y'all so bad and give y'all videos, man. It was a little bit longer than I wanted to, but if you stuck around for all of that, man, I love you. And whatever you're going through,
Yeah,
man,
Todd,
get through it.
guy.
I believe
You gotta
in you.
get better, broski.
Each day, get out of your comfort zone.
Gots to get better,
People out
broski.
there love you, all right? Also, be easier on yourself, man. Life's hard.
Todd, guy really
Give
do
yourself
be
some credit.
speaking,
You're
though.
doing great.
Like,
got
he
some
really
Evan
do
Mobley
be talking,
clips.
man. He
I
really
love me
do
some
be
Evan
speaking.
Mobley.
He be
It's been a
speaking
while since
wisdom.
I've done this. I'm gonna be a little
Real
nervous
talk.
for the first couple of
Real
videos.
talk.
So don't be judging your boy. But push my Darius Garland.
And then we also gonna look at some other
But for now,
content
we're pushing
creators
the
too.
Evan
So
Mobley
pin them
agenda.
down in the comments.
Let's get it.
Pin them down in the comments. We gonna watch
So
them.
who's he posting up?
Pin them down in the
Is
comments.
that Bobo? I'm not gonna lie, I don't think Bobo's that good. Is that on Keegan Murray? Oh my God, he's starting to strap. It's about
Pin
to
them
be
down
a
in the
problem.
comments, guys. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Evan Mobley just looks amazing, bro.
I think, dude, Bob, like, you can't.
Evan Mobley looks amazing, bro. He looks like, look
really
at that,
judge it
bro.
'cause it's Bobo. Like, I don't think Bobo's
Look at that.
crazy, bro. Like, I'm with Gilbert on this one. That's called, bro, Gilbert. Gilbert Arenas.
On the subject of Bobo, I'm glad he said that because I thought I was the only one. Because, you know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes you do got to be a hater. And I admit I'm a hater sometimes, but Bobo is I don't see the hype in Bobo, bro. I just don't, man.
Nice couple little clips. I said we was about to be easy. This was basically just to touch ground with y'all, man, to let y'all know I'm not dead. However,
But that's what's up, man.
let me be known right now. If Evan Mobley takes a leap, Darius Garland stays healthy. Donovan.
I think I might have messed up his name, though. Darn. So we're just looking at. Let's see. We got the homie CHB. Oh, we got my content out there on Hot Hands. I love to see it. Of course, I can't find Broski. Hey, somebody send me the link to Tony. You said you done on I don't know, I can't workout videos. Why? You know what I mean? You said it's Cavaliers podcast. Where did I skip that at? You said they good. That's the Ultimate Cavaliers podcast. He said it's Cavaliers podcast. Let's see. I want to see. Hey, send me the I'm stupid. So I need to. Hey, send me the link. Send me the link. We can watch that because I do want to react to that. To the amazing cast content, because there's a lot of cast content out there that is underrated. Perfect bet Derby, because that's what we're gonna be reacting, because there's a lot of stuff we got to talk about the Cavs, like how we're underrated, like because the Cavs need some love, dude. Like we out like the league, honestly, because it's not even, I don't even feel like it's the fans of the NBA at this point. Like it's literally just people who has never watched, like analysts that say they know basketball, but they don't even know the half. Like the Cavs are probably one of the best teams in the NBA by far. Yeah, we're getting slandered. Getting slandered. Let's see here. I also want to put this down here too. I wish I could put polls. on here. So down here, I want to get y'all feedback. Who y'all think is the best player in the NBA? You think Don or D-Book the best player, or am I, or was that to another question? I'm curious. Said Don or D-Book. Am I special? And I seen my brain be hurting, so I don't be seeing half the stuff.
Arby's showed us a great weight when crafting its Wagyu steakhouse burger. And with great weight comes great responsibility to make irresponsibly huge burgers. Arby's, we have the meats.
So the Brooklyn Nets, they seem to be on their way to a big.
Let's see what they saying about the Cavs, man. I noticed
they
that
went on a 12-2 run to end the game. Let's get to the highlights.
Is this up to date? Oh, that's not up to date. That's not up to date, man. Oh, that's 4 months ago. I'm tweaking. That's 4 months ago. I need some. Oh, it's right here. I'm a tweaker. I am a straight tweaker. Oh my God, I'm a tweaker. Lord have mercy on my soul. Let's see. Shut the Casper. Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
What's going on, Cavs fans? Just a few moments ago, Shams just reported that the Dallas Mavericks are planning to stretch and waive center JaVale McGee and have until next week to do so. Most of you may remember that McGee spent one of his 15 total seasons donning the wine and gold after he was traded to Cleveland from the Los Angeles Lakers. McGee will go on to average 8 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 1.2 blocks while completing over 52.1% of his field goal attempts and little over 15 minutes per game for a still rebuilding Cleveland Cavaliers team that still featured players such as Damian Dotson, Quinn Cook, Dante Exum, and Thon Maker. Sheesh. It was a very different Cleveland Cavaliers team, but one that McGee still brought some fun times to. Who could forget the time McGee went coast to coast on the Boston Celtics, or when he nailed the occasional triple? At the end of the day, McGee would bring veteran leadership, championship experience, and would provide the Cavs with a capable and proven third or fourth big to deploy when needed, whether it be due to getting the likes of Evan Mobley and Jared Allen a breather every now and then, or providing simple depth off the bench, something they've been missing at the five over the past.
I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. What he's just saying is facts. Because we already had him. We already know what he brings to the team, dude. But he's a great player. He plays defense. He's not demanding. The only problem we're gonna have is that he can shoot the ball, but he don't shoot it enough to where he covers our spacing. But But at the same time, the only thing that scares me is just how JB Bickerstaff would potentially play that. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like that's where you can get in a tricky situation. You know what I mean? But I don't mind that. Like, that's not bad.
Now, with that said, do you think the Cavs should make a run at him despite already bringing in Damian Jones earlier this offseason? Let me know in the comments. Go Cavs.
That wasn't bad, though. I like how he did that, though. That was smooth. That was low-key smooth. Let's see. This is... I want to see another one of his takes. Cavs schedule. I'm all in. I'm not going to fake that intro fire, though. That intro is fire. That intro is heat, man. Oop. I didn't mean to do that, though, but I want to. I like that.
Welcome to another edition of the It's Cavalier podcast. As always, it's your boy Mac. Joining me tonight is my friend, my co-host Corey Walsh of Fear the Sword. How you doing, Corey?
Los Angeles Lakers don't deserve him.
It's like Christmas Day.
Honestly, it was an article saying, what if LeBron James were to return to the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Though we do got Halloween.
That'd be different, dude.
We'll talk about that here.
That'd be really different.
Overall, we know there's a kind of a build up to this because we got the preseason schedule. We know the Cavs are going to be overseas for a bit during that. But were you anxious?
And we're going to do a lot of stuff. We're going to watch these videos too. And then I also got 2 articles about who they believe is going to be our starting 5 and article on the 10 games they highly anticipate for the Cavs, or which is going to be the most exciting. I'm actually curious. The only article I actually just sat there and read was the
but the NBA
was the 47 wins, just because that was just ludicrous, dude.
There's so many. It's like you want to see.
Would you really trade Isaac Okoro though? Like,
find your season and how you handle it. You always kind of.
Let's see. Actually, I'm gonna put that up. I would trade Okoro and Levert for Brandon.
6-4.
I mean, yeah, like I would do that for sure too. But New Orleans ain't gonna do that, bro.
That's
what I mean. Like,
interesting. I was
that's a real
what kind. It seems like the NBA every year tells the Cavaliers are going
real
to
steep
the West
price
Coast in an early stretch, and we're always like, well, this doesn't seem like this is going to go that well, seeing as we usually have drastic.
That's really steep,
to
actually.
Our team every year. And this year is not as drastic as others, but it's still like the team is new enough that you still want to know.
Honestly, if we can get LeBron on a pretty decent deal, I wouldn't mind.
Some of the top teams in the West,
LeBron James, you know what I mean? Like,
once again, gave the Cavs that luxury of being able to test themselves way too early.
I think that's a gift and a curse, though, because it's like trial by fire. Like for the large majority of the rotation, you got your.
To be honest, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I hate the way Jeremy Grant plays basketball.
Isaac, a couple others.
It's just
it's
just sickening. It's just sickening, but it's just weird, bro. Like he's just.
And we've talked ad nauseum, I feel, about like Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland still trying to figure things out. From just the general standpoint of when are you going to have a big game? When am I going to have a big game? And how can we have big games together? I think this is just more along the lines of trial by fire.
I like that one better. I like how I got y'all names like that though.
The biggest challenge.
Do y'all like the big circle one, or do y'all like the little box where it's like that? Which one y'all liking? Or do y'all like that block?
Ty Jerome, etc.
Let me know down in the comments. Like, which one y'all like better?
Very interested to see how this new look Cavaliers team functions, and unfortunately, we don't get an easy team in Game 1. We start on the road, if I'm not mistaken. We start against the Brooklyn Nets on October 25th. And Corey,
now before you say that, like, right, because I actually did a pod with That's Rather Cavaliers. We talked about what the record should end up being. Mine's ended up being, because I had 2 question marks. I didn't know how we was going to deal with the New York Knicks. But I ended up doing because let me count my wins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I technically said we was gonna be like 6-3. 6-3. I thought 6-3 would be, because I don't know how we're gonna bounce back on New York. Like I felt like, just to give mines, I figured Brooklyn, we would get a W on Brooklyn. We would get a win in OKC, a win in Indiana, winning, and then I had 2 question marks because we have back-to-back with New York. Then I figured the Pacers would win again. That'd be a gritty one. The Pacers is not an easy team. They're a hungry team. They're gritty. And then I figured we would lose to Golden State because they got a lot to prove. And then we would win OKC. And then we would win that next Golden State game since it would be in Cleveland. So I figured we would split that. But I figured at the very least we would go 6-3 on the first 10 games. But I'm very curious to see what they
This is
think,
a very, very
because
interesting
I think it'd be 6-3.
when you take a look at the Brooklyn Nets, I think many people, after last season's departures of Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant and whatnot, thought this team was just going to kind of, peter out. But they fought, man. They had a very interesting series against the Philadelphia 76ers team that was obviously,
I just don't see the hype.
Like
Brooklyn's got potential. I just don't see it, bro.
Harden and Joel Embiid and company.
I don't really see it.
This is a very scrappy team, and I feel like they got even better in the offseason. As you see our graphic up here, led by Michael Bridges, Cam Johnson, who got that contract extension, if I'm not mistaken. You still got the Nick Claxton and Ben Simmons. Now, a lot of people are looking at this graphic, and they're probably like, Ben Simmons among the best players.
Katie on the word was 6 champion.
Personally, I believe Ben, as we saw it,
you're not that big. Like, I'm not that big on New York either, Noah.
I'm a big believer.
It's just the way they handled us, and the fact that we have not gotten anybody that's
good minutes, man. I think
he
may never get back
menace.
To
I feel like we still gonna have a problem with New
kind
York.
of loosely with him.
Like I just feel like that's still gonna be a problem.
But I still think he could be quite effective for that. You look at some of the notable additions they've made this year. They brought in Dennis Smith Jr., who kind of had a resurgence with the Charlotte Hornets last year. They brought in Lonnie Walker IV, who saw some time with the Los Angeles Lakers, if I'm not mistaken, this past season. Had some pretty big playoff moments. And then they brought in Jalen Wilson. And then you look at the departures: Joe Harris, Seth Curry, Markieff Morris, TJ Warren. There's a few others, but
it's great moves.
It was great moves. I say all that to say, Corey, just to kind of ask you, how are you feeling about this matchup, man? As the first one of the season, you look at what the Nets were able to do last season and take this record right here with a grain of salt, 45-37, because a lot of this was with Kyrie, was with Durant on the roster, but the Cavs still managed to win the season series 2-1. So how are you feeling heading into the 2023-24 season about this matchup with the Nets?
I don't think the Nets for the whole season are really going to be a team fighting for playoff contention. Maybe they'd get into the 10 seed for the their record post Kyrie and KD, the overall record, like you said, is kind of deceiving. I mean, they were barely treading water to get in. They played around 500 ball, a little sub 500, I believe. But I think they have a lot of good players. I just don't think they have. I'm actually curious to
how they feel about.
Very, very phenomenal talent. Lou Dort, Jalen.
Actually, what I'm really curious about is this one here.
Get NFL Sunday ticket and watch teams out-of-market Sunday games live.
YouTube, man.
Of what they thought RJ was kind of thought he was going to be in a contention for being a star 3 in this league, and he's definitely, his offensive game is a roller coaster, it seems, and I don't know if that's also just because
because I mean we won 51 games last season, Noah.
Their offense
it's like
kind of old school
do we
style.
do we truly digress though? You know what I mean? Like that's just
not a bad thing.
That's just a
great
huge
scoring guard, but those are also
step down. You know what I mean? Like that's just a huge step down
from RJ Barrett as
especially to say we go down.
He's definitely an interesting player.
3-4 games. Like unless injuries happens, you know, but honestly, we should be
haven't been able to pinpoint.
Honestly, like 52, 55 range. That's what I think we should be at, but
it's a tough thing, man. It's a tough thing to kind of forecast because he's kind of erratic in terms of his efficiency. We know that
in the playoffs.
We know he could put up points. I think
fact. He got that Jamal Murray in him. He played iffy in the season, and he don't even really play iffy. He just, you know,
what to expect from.
He just once you get to that us, he'd be like, yeah, yeah. That's how he get down, man.
Does he take an all-star jump? Does he kind of remain inconsistent like he has been?
You said, remember when fans were comparing to LeBron James?
I think they would probably. They're split down the middle.
I do.
In regards to how they feel about him.
I'm not gonna lie, that was unfortunate.
But
I think Knicks fans.
That's unfortunate because they really was. I remember when they were saying Brown was gonna go to Philly. They was like they're gonna have two Browns.
A tertiary option versus the secondary option if this team is.
You said 6. I don't think they're gonna get 60, but I do think they'd be in that 52, 55. Like 60, that means they had a really great season. I think Milwaukee's gonna be a challenger to that. Denver's gonna be a challenger to that. Boston be a challenger to that. Even though I question them,
if RJ Barrett can provide consistency,
they still. I mean, it's still a lot of questions with that. But
you know, you talk about some of the
maybe not
secondary
60
players that they have. They're the Mitchell Robinsons of the world, who we know gave us just fits this past postseason, and Isaiah Hartenstein, guys like that. That the Cavs are still going to have to contend with. Do you think, just based upon these offseason additions that we've made, that the Cavs are they're any better suited to face off with that team?
See, now that question right there is the $1 million question. It's the $1 million question because I don't think we have. You know what I mean? Like when you really look at what the Cavs did, we got some shooters that was amazing. We did some great things, but do you think the Cavs has gotten any closer to beating the team? Not necessarily teams because the Knicks are not better than them in terms of skill. They're better than the Cavs in terms of being grittier, hungrier, just being able to get in their mind. You know what I mean? Like they're like the New York is not a better team than the Cavs. Like don't give me like no disrespect to the Knicks. They just not like they're not a skillful team. They're not a skillful team. Like honestly, they're not a skillful team because honestly, had they played anybody else in the Eastern Conference, they would have been out in 4. It's just the Cavs' luck. We just underestimated the example of just having tough-minded people, and honestly, it kind of just fell short for us. I don't know, Victor Wembanyama, dude. Victor Wembanyama might be juice, man. He might be that guy. He might be the next person to come up. You know what I mean? You never know.
Because I feel like the Knicks were so damn good at pulling down offensive rebounds and getting second chance opportunities and whatnot. And, you know, do you think the Cavs are any better suited to face off against them now?
I think the spacing that the Cavs have with the amount of shooters that require attention on the perimeter will force people outside of the.
Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, y'all, man. All right, I need y'all help. Like, share, and subscribe. We need to get this out here, guys. Let's get it out here.
Screenshot he posted showing how Knicks defenders throughout the series were literally not even paying attention to our perimeter players, which when you aren't needing to crash the glass when you're standing right under it, it certainly helps.
Yeah, I think that was obviously.
Let's see if I can get one more video. I'll be watching WWE. Don't judge me, guys. Bro, I feel like his name is Tony, like Pester. You know what? Maybe it's that. Yes! I got it. I knew it. I knew it was close. I knew it was close, man. Let's see what Broski been up to. Oh, you've been going crazy though too. You said 3 remaining agents. Let's see here. Let's see what you got.
We have officially entered the dog days of summer.
And I gotta
The
show him
kids are
love,
going back
man.
to school. Duncan has opened up their fall menu. And
Gotta
James
show him
Harden
love.
has
I'm
made
gonna
his
make a comment
annual
after I
trade
watch a little
request.
bit into
But
this.
while the NBA offseason is winding down, the Cleveland Cavaliers still have an
Oh, he
open roster
boinked it
spot to
too.
fill.
What?
They've already had a busy summer,
Broski
retooling their
boinked
roster
the
with multiple
shot.
additions. But bringing in one more player could really make a difference. It's unlikely they land a truly game-changing player for the
Oh, and then you
minimum,
got Ty
but
Jerome.
there is real
Now,
value in adding
we do
one
got a
more
lot of.
quality
Actually,
piece to this
I want to go
team.
back to that.
Even something as simple.
I'm actually appreciative he made that chart right there, because right there is an example of we have a lot of amazing talent that we can pull from. We do. Cleveland Cavaliers, we really do. And then when you look at the chart, right, Darius Garland, Ricky Rubio, Ty Jerome. I want to see it with Ty Jerome, honestly, but I like. Well, Ricky Rubio's gonna be out, so that obviously that pulls another spot. So let's not even name Ricky Rubio, but Darius Garland, Ty Jerome, right? 2 guard, we got Don Carey, Sam Merrill. I love that. I love those 3 players right there, right? Then you got Max Strus, Isaac Okoro, Dean Wade, and I'm actually surprised they did not put Imani Bates in there. But for just for my sake, I'm gonna put Imani Bates in that slot, right? Max Strus, Isaac Okoro, Dean Wade, Imani Bates, right? Because I feel like Imani Bates would be better than Dean Wade, right? That's just me, right? Power forward, you got Evan Mobley, and you got the boy. I'm not gonna mispronounce his name, so I'm gonna call him GN. I'm gonna call him Good Night. Yeah, I like it. Good Night. And then at the center position, you got Jared Allen and Damian Jones. So we probably are going to get another center. Christian Wood would probably be our best case scenario. That might not happen. I feel like it's a lot of people that want him, even though they're saying he's a cancer in the locker room. I just don't think that's, you know what I mean? But when you look at it, we're probably going to pull another center. I think our guard positions right now is straight at the point guard and 2. The small forward position, I want to see it. I'm actually excited when the season starts because I want to see how he's playing. And then Evan Mobley, honestly, you might even want to put Evan Mobley at the power forward sometimes just to see, like, if you want to run a small ball rotation. Let's see how that goes.
But there is real value in adding one more quality piece to this team. Even something as simple as a veteran leader to mentor the young core could make a difference.
And that's facts.
So today, I want to go over
that is
3
fact.
remaining free agents who could provide the Cavs with what they are looking for at the end of their bench. I'm listing these players in no particular order, and I want to be clear that I'm not breaking any news or pretending that any of these players would push Cleveland over the top. But I think each one of these guys can potentially provide real benefits to the Cavaliers. Before we get into the video, if you're new to the channel, please consider hitting subscribe and sticking around. And follow me on Twitter for more.
Oh yeah, he going crazy. Ooh wee!
Please consider.
My dude got 32K. That's I've never gotten 32,000 on the Cavs video ever in my life, and that hurts. That hurts.
Hitting subscribe.
But that boy going crazy. Like, look at that. Look at that. That dude been putting in his work. He been going crazy.
And follow me on Twitter for more of my work. Starting with JaMychal Green. A floor stretch.
Oh, that'll be a great target.
Green
that'd be a great target.
What Cleveland was missing during the playoffs. In his time with the Golden State Warriors,
that's a good
Green
target.
shot 37% from behind the three-point line. He's a bulky 6'9" forward who can play the 4 and even small ball center in the right lineups. Green is a capable defender, not a great one, but he's more than versatile enough to leave him on the floor during the regular season and for short stretches during the playoffs. His knockdown catch-and-shoot ability is the biggest draw for Cleveland. Staggering Evan Mobley and Jared Allen with a front court shooter is the key to making that duo work. It's the main reason Cleveland jumped at the opportunity to sign George Niang as soon as the free agency floodgates opened. But Green is also a quality rebounder, something the Cavs won't be getting from
so he got. So who's that? Oh, you got Serge Ibaka.
With Toronto, Ibaka would be by far the most experienced.
Now, Serge Ibaka, I can, for the veteran leadership and in terms of somebody who's gritty, I can see that. I could actually really see that. That's not bad. That's actually a good call.
Experienced player in
That's
Cleveland.
a great call, actually.
Potentially offering a course correction for a team that was just throttled
I'm curious
on the
because
big
I'm nosy.
stage. Players on my list, Green plays a very different role and would actually be a returning member of the team. Danny joined the Cavs late last season, hardly playing in the final months before being tossed into the fire against New York. While he was clearly hobbled from an ACL injury he suffered just a year ago, Green mostly held his own on the defensive end, and if the Cavaliers had successfully found him more often on offense, I think he would have legit.
How y'all feel about Danny Green, y'all? How y'all feel about Danny Green? I'm not high on Danny Green, bro. I'm not high on Danny Green. I'm not high on Broski, bro. I also promised y'all that we was going to look at who they predict the starting rotation is going to be, right? Because they predict. We did try that. we did try that. But then let's see here. Because I promised you guys we was gonna look at start rotation. They're giving me a whole bunch of ads. I don't want to see all this, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. Let me alone. Perfect. All right, so predicting the starting five for the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? This was in August 14th, right? So this is pretty up to date. Pretty up to date. This is pretty common. They think the point guard is going to be Darius Garland. I would put $1,000 that would be the fact. They think the starting two guard would be Don. I would put another 2 bands on that one. The starting small forward, Max Strus. I would put another band on that one too. Now what I would say with that one though, I do think JB Bickerstaff, he's not gonna just Max Strus might not start every single game though. Say what I mean by that. I mean, I think he's going to be on and off depending on who we playing. I think he is going to split that with Ice. I think so. For Roth, well, I think they added it. So it used to technically be 13, but I think you can get 2 more spots. So I think you could do 15. I think technically, even though 2 of those is probably not going to be playing, but I think you can do a 15-man roster. If I'm not mistaken. But fact check me. I'm curious. The starting power forward, Evan Mobley, and then the starting center, Jerry. So this list is not something that's shocker to us. This is the only thing that would have been arguable is the and I don't know why it feels so weird saying arguable, but I don't know why it sounds so weird saying that. But small forward position, the only position on the cast is kind of question mark. You know what I mean? All the other ones is we know DG starting, we know Don is starting, we know Evan Mobley is gonna start. Jared Allen, unless we trade him, there's no way he's not gonna start on the Cleveland Cavaliers. So I was right, 15. But now this is the question I've been waiting for. What happens if Donovan Mitchell don't resign on the Cleveland Cavaliers? What happens if the Cleveland Cavaliers get their worst case scenario for the regular season? We botch the playoffs, and Donovan Mitchell decides that he is not going to return on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Or we kind of see it going in that direction where he's not coming back. We're going to have to trade him, dude, because he's an unrestricted free agent. You know what I mean? You want to gracefully let him there. But even if you say, all right, I want to make sure I do right on Donovan Mitchell, right? Because you do want to do right on Spider Mitchell. That sets the tone for other players down the line. Maybe you just say, hey, Don, instead of you just walking, can we get a trade for you to go to New York? Or can we do a sign and trade for you to get to New York so we can get some pieces? Because we can't afford to lose a talent that good, right? You know what I mean? Like, because right now, like, I'm not saying we built our team around Donovan Mitchell because we didn't, even though, I mean, we could be headed that direction. But the Cleveland Cavaliers are still, even if we lose Don, we're literally 1 or 2 pieces away from being a legitimate contender. We're 1 or 2 development seasons away from being a legitimate contender. So I do think you have to be aware of what's out there, because I do believe he can walk this season. It's either this season or next, but I do believe he's definitely, whenever he's available, he's an unrestricted free agent. And I usually kind of hit me with a curveball, because usually I do have the contracts up, but this time I don't, so I cannot quote you completely. But let's see if I actually got it, because if I don't have, because I might have Sports Track on my tablet. Oh yes, I do. I got it. Hold on. All right, so I'm glad you asked me that question. So we back in the game, Derby. We back in the game. We back in the game, man. So let me share my screen again. And we're going to share this. So we're going to see. So Don actually is, actually, let me do this. So next year, 2024, right? Update. So actually, Don would not be a free agent next season. So actually, let's to even be aware of where. So Donovan Mitchell. Oh, so actually, what's this? 2023. So actually, yeah, we do got a couple years of Don. We're straight. Yeah, we good, because we got this season coming up. We got next season. And then 2026, so 2025 is where it gets question mark, because then he can opt out of his contract. So when the pressure is going to be on, the pressure is really going to be on in that 2024-2025 season, because if we're not doing love on the Cleveland Cavaliers, especially if we able to get them on a good price, particularly Buddy Hield. I think Buddy Hield is like one of the best shooters. At least he's a top 5 shooter in the NBA. He's a top 5 shooter in the NBA, man. You put him with DG, that's gonna be scary. That's gonna be scary. You know what? And I'm actually curious, right? Because I want to see what's all out there for 2024. So you got Siakam, that's unrestricted. Buddy Hield, unrestricted. You got Jetty Osman, who no. Tobias Harris, unrestricted. Royce O'Neal. So if we just plot it out for just one more season, but I mean, you don't want to, you know what I mean? You want to be smart about this. And then, of course, we got Isaac Okoro, which this is the player I knew we was going to have to focus. So he's a restricted free agent, which means we do have his rights. We do own the rights to Isaac Okoro, so he cannot just simply walk. But the problem is, we have to ask ourselves, do we max out? Or obviously not max out Isaac Okoro, but do we give him a bag for what he's done so far? And then you say Strus is an undersized small forward. Niang is slow. I think I said that name right. Oh my God, man. Yeah. And then Cavs needed a big wing like PJ Washington and Brandon Ingram. Now, I do agree with that. I do believe, I do agree that it's still stuff we got to figure out. I do agree that it's still stuff that we got to figure out. Which, if we're talking about importance, I think PJ Washington would probably be the most realistic target. And I do believe he would probably be the most likely target to get on the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think he opens the door for a lot of situations for the Cavs. I think he do. Because he is a great player. He's a phenomenal player. He gives you a lot of different things. He just gives you help. You know what I mean? But great player to have. Great player to have. And then let's see here what we got. I also promised you the schedule, I feel like, didn't I? So, and we will actually, once I show you this would probably be the last thing I just kill y'all with, right? The 10 best Cleveland Cavaliers games for the 2023-2024 season are, let's see. They think November 10th, Dallas versus the Cavs would be amazing. I can see that. You got Boston versus the Cavs. That one is going to be a statement game because that's going to determine how good the Cavs do with a top-tier Eastern team, right? I think that's where we're going to have to be on our P's and Q's. No, I do not believe Philadelphia is going to be a top 8 game. The reason being is because they're fumbling. Embiid might be a little pissed. James Harden trying to get up out of there. Daryl Murray trying to get out of trouble. It's just not what we think it's going to be. 7, even though Miami is not as talented as Philadelphia, Miami, for whatever reason, is able to find one of those gem players that we've never heard of and just make it a game. Milwaukee, that's going to be the challenge. Milwaukee is probably going to be the biggest games we're going to be playing because this is really going to determine how we are in the playoffs. Because honestly, I'm going to keep it a buck. I love my Cavs, but I think that's the only team where I'm just not trusting that we can beat in the playoffs right now. Just not yet. And you said, what would be the best trade scenario for Jared Allen? Honestly, the best trade scenario that I see, is probably taking on the New Orleans Pelicans' interest in Jared Allen to try to get Jonas Valanciunas, right? And possibly another player because I think Valanciunas, he's a very underrated big, and I think what makes him better for us than Jared Allen is the fact that not only can he space the floor, but he does everything else Jared Allen do, but he's better offensively. So that gives Evan Mobley more room to grow and be the player we think he's going to be. I think that and something else that'd be good. There's probably some better trade packages out there that we can probably make. Honestly, I'm probably going to do a stream where I actually go to my Trade Finder website, or not Trade Finder website, but it's like we can build trades and then we can actually do that. I think that'd be an exciting stream to do. Just try to make fun trades, do a little bit of talking, chatting, and see. Just talking about the Cavs, but I do think Valanciunas for Jared Allen, not 1-for-1, probably get Jonas and another piece, but I think that gets it done. Honestly, I think that would be a lot better for the Cavs. And then going back to that, they think Denver top 5 now. That also would be a statement game because now we're playing somebody's season with an NBA championship. And then I'm 4-3. I don't actually. Isn't that when Ja come back? Hold on, let me see that. Because if Ja's not, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the third one. The fourth one, I can see that. It's gonna be a statement game just because they're gonna try to make the statement to Don, like, hey man, we're better than Brooklyn. Los Angeles Lakers, just because it's Bron. I love it, Don. Oh, can I?
Mitchell.
Oh, let me, because you know how YouTube go. Come here, get up out of here. And then one is the. Oh my god. I agree. Just because we got to get over the hump. We got to get over the hump. We got to get over the hump with the New York Knicks. We got to get over the New York Knicks. Like, that is ridiculous that we've let the New York Knicks beat us because we're more talented than the Knicks. We are. We're a more talented roster than the Knicks. They're just more gritty than us right now. They got us mentally. And we got to figure that out. I'm pretty sure we are. And like, you know, that's not even really a subject for conversation. We are. It's just a matter of how we're gonna get to that. You know what I mean? And then I'm gonna let y'all end it, man. Like, what do y'all want to talk about? How do y'all want to end this conversation? Y'all want to watch another video? Y'all want to do a start bench cut? How y'all want to end this, man? Because I really want to get y'all input on the Cleveland Cavaliers because we're getting slandered. They're not giving us respect. They're not giving the Cleveland Cavaliers respect. And I don't know why. I do not know why. So let me know. What y'all thinking, guys? What y'all thinking? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I'm not gonna fake. That was kind of harmony though. I did that though. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's some harmony and everything. Let me know. Let me know. Start bench cut. Who you doing the start bench cut with, man? Actually, you know what? I do got one. I just thought about that. Would you start bench cut, guys? Would you start? Oh, who would you start bench cut out of? Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, and Kevin Durant. Jason Tatum, Luka Doncic, and Kevin Durant. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, Ziawa. I feel like Kelly Oubre is extremely overrated, and it might be because of what I seen him do to my boy John Wall in Washington. That boy Kelly Oubre is overrated. Almost said under, almost lied. He's overrated, man. He's overrated. But who y'all start bench cutting, right? Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, Luka Doncic. Because I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I'm starting Luka. I'm benching Jason Tatum. I'm cutting KD. You said Luka, KD, Tatum. So we was close. We just swapped KD and Tatum. KD. I don't know. KD's a phenomenal player. Like he is a phenomenal player. It's just his mentality is so cooked. Like for him to be so great, his mind is just so cooked to me. But he is a phenomenal player, man. You know, he's a phenomenal player. He is a phenomenal player. You starting Luka, benching Tatum. Oh, you cutting KD. So we on the same page, no? We on the same page. I like it. I love it. I love it because we normally never on the same page. Usually never on the same page, man. You know what I didn't like? I don't like how this is not showing and it's hurt my feelings that it won't show. And I got to figure out how to get my overlay to. You know what I might have did wrong, guys, this whole time? And I see this is what happened. See, this is what happens, man. This is what happens when you can't read, boy. This whole time I could have had the overlay. The whole time. The whole time.
This shit crazy.
That's crazy. Now we got music. I've been tripping the whole time. Why y'all didn't let me know we didn't have no music, man? We didn't have no music. We didn't have no banner. We didn't have nothing, guys. You said the Cavs need a 6'7", 6'8" wing because I agree though, but it's hard to get fours like that. That's really why I think Amani Bates is a gem I had to retract what I had to say because that's just, you know what I mean? He's a good player. You say, just to KD, but he year 17. I'm gonna keep it even though it's year 17, he's a dog. It's just I just don't trust his because if we add in stuff to the start bench cut, just factor in will the start bench cut help me win the championship? That's what I'm factoring into because it's I feel like KD a clock out on me. You know what I mean? KD's a phenomenal talent. Phenomenal talent. And honestly, I would love to talk with KD. That might not happen. But just to pick his brain, because it's he probably got a lot of knowledge. He do. He's a smart player. But it's just I'm just curious to what his mindset was with a lot of his decisions. You know what I mean? Not saying, because nobody's perfect. Don't get me wrong. But it's for a player of his magnitude, it's kind of hard to understand where a person's coming from when you're not in that situation. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a straight buck with you, man. He said Portis to power. Well, Bobby Portis. But who you training? Jared Allen? Mason? I don't know about that, broski. You said the Cavs bench is cheese. Let me go to let's investigate that. Let me go to ESPN. Let me go to ESPN and we gonna see. We gonna see. They really got the. We gonna see. 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 Nothing. We are gonna be tough though. We should be. We should be. And then let's prove your theory, Noah. I mean, because our bench is probably looking at. I mean, I feel like we got one of the Miami Heat benches. To everybody else, it might not look that enticing, but just seeing most of these players, Dean Wade, he does suck. I don't like him. I don't like him. Craig Porter Jr. is cool. Isaiah Mobley can hoop. Sam Merrill can hoop. Caris LeVert is iffy. Ty Jerome is question mark. Danny Green, yeah, you might be right. Our bench, it's iffy. It's not garbage, but it's not bad either. I can't say that. I'm gonna be honest. Caris LeVert lost me too many bets for me to. He lost me too many FanDuel bets, man. That man sold me so bad so many times, dude. LeVert is a FanDuel sickness. Anybody who did FanDuel or DraftKings, bro, those two players will lose you some cheese real quick. But at the same time, they'll lose you the cheese and then go crazy the next game. There you go. 6 points, 2 for 11, and then 35. Match it up. That is ridiculous from that player, man. And then let's see what we got here. Dude, Amani Bates got the potential to actually be our starting small forward in 2 years. And I really believe that. I had to really retract what I said about bro, because it was I started thinking about it. I'm like, dude, I'm dead wrong, bro. And I started looking at tape, and I'm like, dude, this dude is Michael Porter Jr. And I wanted him on the Cavs. So how can I sit there and say this dude, Amani Bates, not gonna make it when he the dude got every press conference I hear, every video, and I don't know, you said earlier sometimes training camps is an outlier. You can't really believe those, but I don't know, man. What I'm seeing is different. It's different than what I've seen in person, because I actually got to see Amani Bates in person. He is a great offensive talent. I just didn't like his IQ. Obviously, that's still an issue. He's gonna have to develop that, but he's a young player. Michael Porter Jr. had an IQ problem, but I mean, it worked out for him. It worked out for him. Actually, I want to see it. Is it Niang who's going to be our enforcer? Niang. Maybe I just didn't. I haven't watched enough Niang to feel like he's gonna be an enforcer for the Cavs. That just seems weird to say. You know what I mean? Like that just sounds really weird to say. Really weird to say. Well, I know Max Strew's not gonna be the enforcer. We still gotta find that guy. Like I feel like we need like a Marcus Smart, Patrick Beverly type guy, like who might not even get that many minutes, but just like he's gonna set the tone. And honestly, he might need a lot of minutes. Like I won't say a lot of minutes, but like 15, 20. Like I mean, in a perfect world, Isaac Okoro would have been that, or Lamar Stevens before we traded him would have been that. But I guess we didn't trust in the process. I play Isaiah. Honestly, I might. Ooh. You would play Isaiah Mobley at the small forward. Interesting. 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 Heard one of the new pickups a bit crazy. Who is it? Or are you talking about Amani? Who are you talking about? You said Amani. Hey, bro, like Amani Bates. Amani Bates, dude. Amani Bates gonna be tough, bro. He gonna be tough. He gonna be hard, man. He gonna be tough. For sure. He gonna be tough. 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 Let me play some scripts. Let's play some scripts. Cashback 50, man. If y'all like music, Cashback 50 on Spotify, Apple Music, anything you can get music, streaming. Cashback 50. Remember that. Hey, Zach. I'm gonna say let's see here. I am looking at that roster though. That might be question mark. I'm not gonna lie to you. That is kind of tough. And you say Ziawa, he came out and said Max is there because he can hit some threes. He can hit some wide open threes. You know what I'm saying? And I agree. I'm not a fan of like 6'5" wings, but that's the NBA today, bro. Like you see a lot of those, and a lot of that has to do because it's rare to find just a decent 6'7", 6'8" small forward. Like, and when you do find them, they're like highly valuable. You know what I mean? Like they're just highly valuable. They're really hard to get decent. That's another reason why I wanted Michael Porter Jr. But I mean, we made it right. We got Broski. I don't know why I couldn't think of Broski name. We got We got my dude Imani Bates. So you never know. He might be the next guy. You never know. Let's see, man. How many games y'all got the Cavs winning this season? Y'all think they're gonna be over 40 or under 40? Or actually, correction. You think the Cavs is gonna be over 50 or under 50? Let's be more legitimate. Under 50 or over 50? What y'all thinking? Over under. Over under. For any of the people that came in new, the question of the day is, will the Cavs be over or under 50 W's this season? Let me know how y'all feeling, man. Because they out here saying the Cavs gonna win 47 W's. They said the Cavs is gonna win less games than what they did last season. Is it true? Do they see the future? That's ultimately what it is. Do they see the future? Do they see the future? I don't know, guys. Crazy. Right. You know what? And let's also too. Let's get back to the two. Let's get back to the YouTube. Let's get to watching some content. Let's get to reacting. Let's get to reacting, man. Y'all ready? I'm in my stride now. I feel great. I feel great.
Most wearables only track your heart rate during strength training, which tells you nothing about your...
So I've mentioned this previously on the channel, but for those of you who haven't heard about this by now, the Cleveland Cavaliers have been showing quite a bit of interest in potentially signing Charlotte Hornets forward PJ Washington. Again, we hadn't really heard anything for quite a while at this point, but we recently got some more confirmation, some more news that the Cavaliers are remaining, of course, interested. It is currently being said that the Cleveland Cavaliers are looming as a serious landing spot for restricted free agent PJ Washington in a sign and trade framework. According to Jake Weinbach,
my boy, the homie,
willing to offer PJ Washington a long-term deal and are open for discussions regarding the versatile forward. Again, this is very obvious. This is something that I have previously mentioned on the channel, that the Charlotte Hornets, under this new ownership now, look like they are going to want quite a bit of a fresh start. I mean, Gordon Hayward, we know,
boy,
only
CHB,
has
man.
1 year left on his deal. Miles Bridges is another really interesting one. He did get signed to a qualifying offer, which means that, again, the Charlotte Hornets in the next free agency could offer him the max if they want to. But again, for the time being, he's just on a 1 year deal like how Gordon Hayward is. I'm pretty sure Terry Rozier is on a 2 year deal, but I think one of them is like a team option or a player option.
Y'all think we're going to get PJ Washington?
If not,
y'all think the Cavs should get PJ Washington?
Charlotte Hornets, they could easily move
drop
him
the link.
anyway.
Hey, Noah, drop the link to his music, bro.
Really anyone contracted on this squad other than a couple of the rookies they've recently selected, and of course LaMelo Ball. The thing is with the Charlotte Hornets, as I just said, is they're probably going to want somewhat of a fresh start after this free agency. A couple of things will most likely happen here and now after this season, I should say. And again, I do think the PJ Washington move makes quite a bit of sense to them. They definitely don't want to pinpoint him to a long-term deal worth around, 11 million or so per year, which is, I believe, from what we're hearing, that's exactly what he wants. But a team like the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are literally trying to contend right now for a championship, could, of course, definitely try and do something like.
Let me pause it right there because I'm curious, yeah. If we were to acquire PJ Washington, what you giving up to get him? What y'all giving up to get PJ Washington? I'm curious.
Like this. Again, I would assume if a deal was to be done with the Charlotte Hornets, it's going to be pretty obvious on what they're most likely going to be wanting. They're probably going to be wanting a veteran player or two, some contracts to match up, and maybe a second-round pick or two, which I definitely feel like the Cleveland Cavaliers can have to offer. The thing is, the Charlotte Hornets are definitely not going to get much out of this trade, as there's definitely going to be a situation where a team could possibly offer up a bit more than they want to match, and they can just let him walk for free. The thing is, though, if they do not let him walk for free, there is still a chance that they
make sure y'all like and share this, man. Like, share, and subscribe
remaining as a
on Relly Hall
and potentially get some
Hot Hands for more amazing content. Hot Hands, Relly Hall. Make sure you subscribe, man. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, and share.
Happening in return. So the Cavaliers, they're kind of a perfect situation for PJ Washington. They definitely are. They went into this free agency looking for some forwards who are going to be good defenders while also being good three-point shooters. So far, they, of course, signed Max Strus to the team on a $16 million per year type deal, who will be their starting small forward, I would assume, next season. Probably a guy who's going to average around 37 to 38% for them, while putting up some really nice defense. Again, you look at it like that. They also brought in Georgie Niang, who is going to be adding a lot of three-point shooting, and exactly what Kevin Love, his departure, they kind of lost with, and they'll be able to replace that with Niang coming to the team. I still feel like the Cavaliers, I think they've got a 14th and a 15th man roster spot open. They're still trying to add someone. Unfortunately for them, though, they can't just straight away bring PJ Washington in, as I believe they would be, they don't have another contract to really offer. I think they've got a $4 million kind of mid-level exception, which we know they're trying to offer that to Christian Wood. They're trying to offer that to Kelly Oubre and whatnot. Christian Wood would be the guy who I think would make most sense maybe to sign on that.
Y'all agree with that? Damn, we've been going on for a while, guys. An hour? We're really talking. I'm not going to fake. Not going to fake. But I will end today's conversation with this, right? The Cleveland Cavaliers right now are in a situation where we can really do some damage, right? We can really do some damage, but we have to be smart about it. We really do, because that's going to dictate our future. That's going to dictate our future. And I actually do got another video. Let's see. I think is the better dynamic duo. The 2016 duo of LeBron James and Kyrie Irving, and the 2023 Denver Nuggets duo of Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic.
Come on, man. LeBron James and Kyrie Irving is something that no other duo, no other organization, no other, however you want to put it, has ever done in that 2016 finals. Maybe I'm biased. I got the 2016 championship t-shirt on right now. It's not really a debate to me. Think about the opponents. I think 2016 Warriors, we know what they did that year. I got to give it to LeBron and Kyrie. It's just too much was at stake for that duo to perform the way that they did, which is amazing. Don't get me wrong, Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, probably the best duo in the NBA right now, but I can't say all time between those two. I can't give it to them.
D-Lo, how you feeling about it?
Yeah, man, I gotta agree with that. For me, it's a no-brainer. The Cavs went in there, the underdog.
Yeah.
Denver Nuggets, they did what they were supposed to do. Like, if you think about it, like, if the Heat would have won, then you think it to be bigger. Kyrie chasing Curry around, and Curry ain't chasing Kyrie. Curry don't want to guard Kyrie.
Thank you.
Guarding, probably the best point guard in the league at the time. Unanimous MVP, back-to-back. The best player on the 73-9 team. And I'm 20.
Well, that was good content right there. That was good content. I'm saying, is there anything else? We covered everything today. I think today was a pretty decent day. We talked about Donovan Mitchell potentially leaving the Knicks. I mean, Donovan Mitchell potentially leaving the Cleveland Cavaliers. We talked about why the Cleveland Cavaliers is disrespected. We watched some very amazing YouTubers talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers. We talked about why that 47 wins is ludicrous. We did a lot of good content today. So, if you like today's video and you would like me to keep going, make sure you hit this like button. You subscribe to Relly Hall as well as High Hand. And make sure that you share this video. That would determine if we do this, because if that happens, if all that happens, I will make sure that I stream at least twice a week. Wednesday, Sundays. We're gonna talk Cavs, we're gonna talk ball, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna have some fun. So let me know if y'all rocking with it. We will be on the next time. So if it's nothing else to talk about, I guess it's a good time to say ghost.